So the second tip is connected to the tip number one, and it's playing it safe. Because when you think about it, you can't get out of life alive. I don't remember who said it first, but when you think about it, it really makes sense. I mean, your life is ending 1 minute at a time, and at some point, we will all die. So we may as well take some risks in life. Now, the problem I see is that many people in their 20s are not willing to take risks. They take certain jobs, they do certain things just because they have that perception of safety. But you see, the reality is that there is no such a thing as playing it safe. I mean, really, when you think about it, when you think about today's economic environment, there is no such a thing as being safe. Now, back in the day, you could get a great corporate job and stay there for 20, 30, 40 years. But in today's world, people change jobs all the time. People start businesses, people move countries. You know, you have to be dynamic if you want to make something happen. And I believe that right now, when you are 20-something years old, now is the time to take those risks. Because when you think about it, even if you fail, even if that business idea doesn't work out, even if, let's say, you embrace that new position in a big company and for some reason you fail, it's totally fine because you can recover so quickly. When you're 20-something, you most probably don't have the family to take care of, right? You just have to take care of yourself. So you can try all of those different things, embrace various experiences to really figure out what you want to do in your life. Because the way I see it, and I say it many times in many of my other videos, the worst thing that can happen in you in your life is not accomplishing your goals, okay? It's a bit counterintuitive, but the truth is that the worst thing that can happen to you in your life is accomplishing the wrong goals. So you get to the finish line, you get that goal that you were striving for, and you realize, wow, this is not what I truly wanted. I thought that I wanted that goal, but right now I don't see any value in it. And I've seen this situation many, many times. So for example, one of my friends got that corporate job and he always wanted to be a vice president, okay? That was his biggest goal, so he would work 15, 17 hours a day just to get that title because he felt like, wow, if I become a vice president, I'm gonna have that status, I'm gonna have the money, I'm gonna feel fulfilled. And then guess what? He gets the title, he is a VP. The first week, yes, we are celebrating, we are going to clubs, everything is great. But after 1, 2 weeks, well, he goes back to normal, realizing that it doesn't really mean anything. It's just a title. It doesn't matter, okay? So it's very important that you live your life in a way that you don't regret certain things. And that's why I always say that when you are 20-something, you gotta experiment, you gotta take risks, you gotta embrace the power of trying new things and essentially assume that you can fail, and it's totally fine because we learn the most from failure. Now, when you think about it, when everything is going well, you don't really ponder too much. When everything is going well, we tend to party, right? But when you fail at something, when things are not working the way you want them to, that's when you start thinking, pondering. That's when you come up with the best ideas. That's when you have some of your best experiences, right? So if you want something great in life, you gotta play big. And by the way, an average person will work for more than 3,000 days. 3,000 days. And I'm not talking about 8-hour days. I'm talking about 3,000 24-hour days. Now, if you ask me, that's a pretty long time, especially if you do something that you simply don't enjoy doing. So you gotta try different things and find out what it is that you want to do, okay? So when you wake up in the morning, you are excited about your life. Now, I'm not sure if you know Robert Greene, but he's a best-selling author. He has written a bunch of amazing books. And by the way, I highly recommend that you check him out. But Robert had this amazing TED Talk where he admitted that by the time he turned 36, he had 50 different jobs. 50 different jobs. Now, it may sound a bit crazy. And of course, he said that he had some self-doubts. He had those moments when he felt like, am I really doing the right thing? But deep inside, he felt that all of those experiences from different jobs, different countries, meeting different people, trying different things, will contribute to his grand vision, which was essentially becoming the best-selling writer. And well, this is precisely what happened. But he said that he can trace it back to all of those experiences because he learned so much about himself, about the world, about other people, and this is what makes him such a great writer. Now, Steve Jobs said that you can't really connect the dots looking forward, right? So things happen in your life, you can't connect those dots looking forward, but you can connect them later on in your life looking backwards. So you gotta welcome all of those experiences, and now is the time to play big. When you are in your 20s, Now is the time to take those risks and, instead of settling for something safe, because being safe is just an illusion. So if you want to win in life, if you want to get great things, you got to play big. You got to take risks.